All right, welcome back to episode 3 of What Got You Shook. I am your gracious host with no neck. My name is Jordan. I am here with some very special friends of mine today. They are from my job. We are the BIPS. Go ahead and introduce yourself, everyone, starting from my left, right over here.
Hey, I'm the guy on the left, your boy Maurice. What's good? Yes. Yeah. Who next?
Hey y'all, it's Patra. Sup?
What's up, y'all? It's Montel, Montiel on Instagram. Go ahead, give me that follow.
Okay. Well, I'm a J. You can just call me AJ on Instagram. There's 2 underscores up in there though.
Oh, and I'm Kim.
All right, everybody. So the topic of discussion today is insecurities in relationships. How do they begin? Have you noticed any of them? Any of them you want to speak on? Anything that you know? Any of them that may have taught you a lesson? Something that I'm trying to figure out is, and it's something that I spoke to you about the other day, is in relationships in which your partner doesn't necessarily show you signs of them being unfaithful or anything like that, but somehow the doubt still finds its way in. Like, where does that come from? How do you work that out? What's going on? Another thing I also want to talk about is emotional cheating. That shit makes absolutely no sense to me. Someone explained that shit to me before, and I was like, huh? Emotional cheating. Apparently, that's a thing.
What did they say it was?
They basically compared it to like, if you have like a girlfriend and like a best friend or whatever, let's just say that, like, okay, your best friend's a female and you confide a specific secret to your best friend and not your girlfriend. Apparently, because you have some sort of bond, deeper bond, I guess, some way with your friend, then that constitutes emotional cheating in some sort of fashion. I don't know. That's how it was explained to me. At least that's how I understood it. But I was just like, huh? So if there's any thoughts about that, by all means, go ahead and share them, because I definitely want to learn about this shit.
Okay. Well, emotional cheating, I feel like, at least how I took it, is like when, like, my boyfriend, like they might be like new friends, and he's like, I don't know, I guess confiding in her, but it's like you don't know her to like be doing all of that. Like I would understand if it was like his best friend, like, y'all been friends for a minute, y'all been doing that, but like if it's like with a new woman and you like, I guess, telling her all of our problems that we may be having, like, yeah, no, you're doing too much, and I feel like that would be like emotional cheating. But do I take that as like something serious? No, like I don't like be like, oh, you're emotionally cheating on me. Like that wouldn't be an argument I come to the table with. I'll just like talk to him about that specific action that he's doing, but I wouldn't call it.
I have an example of emotional cheating.
Okay.
Alright.
So it's not necessarily in reference to a friendship. Like, I dated someone before, and while I was dating someone, he wouldn't confide in me about personal issues that was going on in his personal life. He would confide in his ex about it. Mm-hmm. But he wouldn't necessarily like flirt with him or try to be with him. It was more so him like, actually talking to his ex, being open with his ex about personal stuff, knowing that his ex still liked him, but he wouldn't be open with me about it. So like for me, that's emotional cheating. Like he wasn't like physically cheating with someone, but like in that emotional aspect, he was sharing things with them that he should have been sharing with me because we were dating. Yeah. So that to me is emotional cheating. I don't know about that friend stuff, but as far as that, I think it's emotional cheating.
If it's not a family member, if it's someone that they are friends with and they're confiding in them, I guess I could see it as emotional cheating. I just never thought about it. That never bothered me. It never crossed my mind like, my man emotionally cheating on me. Like, I ain't never heard of that. Like, I thought that's so yeah, no. Maybe miss me that. That was just, it's going, I don't know. I gotta ponder. I gotta
let it marinate.
I gotta marinate. Like, wow, so
That shit is just, I was like, I heard that, and like, my friend who told me about it, she was really serious about it, like this is some shit that's, like, this shit is soul crushing.
I feel like that, not to your friend, but I feel like that sounds like an insecurity.
Yeah,
that sounds insecure.
And that, I think that's where it starts from. Is like when like insecurities in relationships starts from like when individuals, whether it's one partner or both partners, like they haven't tackled their personal insecurities with themselves. So instead they bring it into like a union with someone else and pushes their own insecurities onto their partner. And it can go both ways, one way, like, but I think that's where that definitely started at. Like you gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else. And when you don't have that, then a lot of stuff can like bother you because you haven't came to terms with it yourself.
And you look for that person.
And you looking for that, you looking for that perfect person, or you looking for like
the perfect person. But like, if you ain't the perfect person, so you're not gonna find that perfect person.
You trying to have that person just feel that for you, and sometimes that's just not their job. Like
Speaking of perfect person, my homie who's in my last podcast, and if you take a listen to it, you'll listen to what we're talking about. Living with him and his girlfriend at the time I was there to witness, like, he dropped a particular woman to date this chick. Visibly showed that, like, yo, it's a wrap with her. I'm with you strictly. He verbally said, and his actions matched his words, all I want to do is go to work, get my bread, come home, play my video game, and chill with my girl. That's all I want to do. And did that. She still doubted this nigga. Still knocked on my fucking door on some, I think he's cheating on me, crying in my face. And I'm like,
yeah, that's her own. That's her own.
What the fuck is this?
I mean, because it'll be okay. Like, it'll be different if he did that shit before, and like now she just got PTSD from that shit.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but
if he hasn't did anything to where like that shouldn't even cross her mind. Like, that's something within herself that she got to look into, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
Like men's when I say he went extra mile, and my whole the crazy thing about it is my whole thing is how fast shit moved in such a short ass amount of time. Like, for you to doubt this man, are you kidding me? For everything that this man has done for you, like that.
Yeah, but sometimes people look for different things in a relationship, though. Like, just because to you, he may seem like, oh, he was the perfect dude for her. To her, it's something about him that just won't sit right with her, and it just made her doubt him. And it could have been from anything. We don't know what she was thinking, how she felt. It could have been from anything. He coming home, working all day, playing a video game, probably wasn't showing her no attention. Like, to her, probably wasn't showing her enough attention. And it's like, okay, I see you here, but like, are you really here? So then she's probably like, nope. So, yeah.
So, like,
I can understand that. Oh, my bad.
Oh no, like, I'm just like, so they still together? Like,
that's another story.
That means no.
That's another story.
In other words,
2015.
No.
2015.
Yes, 2015. That's another story. But yeah, they're definitely not together. The homie done moved on, thankfully.
True.
You alright?
I gotta be right back. I elevated my mom's food.
Oh.
Sorry.
Have a glass.
But yeah. You're good.
But
Okay.
Well, I see his freedom. Go ahead, someone.
Yeah, what were y'all saying? You saying like something as far as like you was talking about insecurities in a relationship, right? Oh, I got what you were saying, Patrick. Like, I understood what you were saying, because like in her head it's probably what she was thinking. Because some girls do kind of probably feel like, okay, like my mom, she feel the same way sometimes. When my dad played the game all day when he come home from work, she's like, damn, like I want that attention. Like, and then like far as going like stretching and saying like, oh, he might be cheating on me. That's a stretch.
Yeah, that's a stretch. And
That's
he
a stretch.
always sitting there. You always seeing him. Like, girl, you know, sexually he's not cheating on you.
Right.
But if she wasn't happy in the relationship, it's something else that was missing that was just making all these other thoughts appear that she wasn't getting. But if you saying he was there all the time, go work, come home, he won't cheat, and then that's just something else.
Man.
yeah, and that's like, and you can't satisfy, like, I don't know, when it comes to, like, people that bring, like, their own insecurities into relationships, like, you can't never satisfy them because it's their own insecurities. Like, it don't matter how much you do for them, it don't matter how good you are, like, to them, like, they're gonna always find something, an issue, maybe because they don't feel like they're, you know, they're worthy of you as a person, or, like, just on some other shit, but, like, there's is always gonna be something. So that's why you gotta make sure, like, you got all your shit together before you ready to involve yourself with somebody else, because that type of shit be happening. Like,
It does
All
happen
right.
because I do that. I do that with you.
Shit. Speaking on that, getting your shit together. Whoever said, oh, you gotta learn to love yourself and shit like that. Being alone. Woo!
Oh, being
Woo!
alone.
No. A lot of motherfuckers. No.
Yeah.
Because motherfuckers is women and shit, and nah, deadass. I kid you not. I don't understand. I see 1,001 motherfuckers relationship pop. They fucking jump like, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know you fucked up. Why? What are you doing? Get your shit together first. And I'm not understanding it.
like,
And I noticed a trend. It's like some motherfuckers just for whatever reason they need that.
They need, what, a partner?
They need someone there, and I'm just like,
You know, I ain't gonna lie. I think that's me. I hate being alone. I hate it.
What is it though?
what is it? What's about it? Like, what about
Okay,
you
so
like
being
it?
alone, it's not that I can't be alone because I can, but if I don't have to be, then I'm not gonna be. Like, I like having somebody there with me in my bed, sleeping on the, like, laying on the couch with me, going out with me, just having someone else there besides me. I like it, and if I'm not with somebody else, I just be bored. Just be like, and it's not to the sense where, like, I want to go out and turn up. Like, no, I want somebody to lay down and rub my back. Like, I like that shit. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like being pampered. I don't know. But I don't like being single. It's boring. If I could choose never to be single, I would never be single.
Gotcha.
But question on that. I have a question on that.
Uh-huh.
So, a lot of failed relationships happen because people are scared to be alone, so they end up with somebody that they think is good for them. The person is probably, they may be good for you at that moment in time, but, and why people tend to stay with people too is because they're scared of being alone, even if the relationship is bad. They stay with them because they're scared of being alone. They're comfortable. So that's what
I
they're
get
used to.
very comfortable, and I get so comfortable to the point where I'm bored. But it's like, damn, I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep. It's just like, if we cut it off, I'm gonna be alone. It's like, damn, I gotta start over. And then it's like, I'm not like Ajay is stronger than me as a female. Like with that sense, she can like do that. I can't do that. I just be like, all right, who's next? We gotta keep the rotation going.
Because like, I don't know, like, I really like, okay, I like being alone because like I be really like having a good time with myself. Like, I be making myself laugh and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really act the fool with myself, and like I like my peace of mind. Like, I like my you know, like, just my time to myself, just to be thinking and stuff, whatever.
I mean,
Like,
everybody needs that time.
Yeah.
you know, like I'm like really comfortable with myself. So it's like, I think that's why I'm like single, because it's like when somebody else like step into like my little like space, it's like, hold up.
Because you're happier when you're alone. So
Yeah.
it's a chance that they might fuck up your
Fuck
happiness.
that up.
Yeah, like I'm like, you're not gonna fuck up my peace like that. Like, you know how hard I work for this? Like, you know? I was like, nah, you good. I'm over here, like, you know.
No, I mean, even if not even just like dating wise, just like having somebody there with me, like just even if you're my homie, if we can just chill, I'm cool with that. Like, cause I don't really date anybody. I don't think I've had like 2 boyfriends, but I've fucked with a few people,
Right.
and it's just cause I'm just like I get bored. I don't know
What?
what.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
It
I mean,
makes a lot of sense, actually.
no, I mean, it's like, no, it's a real thing though. Like, people get bored with something, like, and it may not be you. It might be that person. You might just be that.
No, I'm not saying I get
compatible
bored with them. Like I get bored being alone.
Oh, okay.
So then it's like, I like having somebody there. When I know I ain't gotta be alone, then that person's gonna always be there.
So how do you feel you can overcome the being alone part? Because
It's just-
at some point in your life, because you came here alone, you won't leave alone.
Mhm.
So it's like,
It's just something that I have to like do. I just have
Yeah.
to do it because I'm so comfortable. Because every person that I fuck with, we fuck with each other for like a long time together. It's just I get comfortable with them, and then this is, it probably stopped working 6 months ago, but I still been in this shit. It's just something that I gotta work on. Like, it's not something that I'm just gonna be able to just drop them and be like, boom, I'm by myself and I'm cool with it, because then I'd be lying to myself.
Right.
It's something that I gotta. I'm not used to it.
Like that. That's normal. That's normal.
Yeah.
I find being by myself, it's helped me actually get shit done when I don't have to worry about someone else. I'm able to give all energy I have to my bullshit, no one else's bullshit, and get shit done. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, when you speak on insecurities and shit like that, especially when people realize, you know, those might be the cause of a failed relationship. Like, why constantly jump from one another when you might want to take the time to fix the bullshit? Like,
yeah, because what if you have fixing to do as a person? But like, you won't know that because you haven't taken that time alone to actually like because of what I had to do, like from my past relationship with, you know what I'm saying, a current. It's like, okay, like I realized what I did wrong, but I didn't know what I was doing wrong when I was with that person. You know what I'm saying? And then like when I got with the next person, I'm like, okay, I took a different approach and I realized what I was doing with the last person was wrong. So it's like, if I ever ended back up with that person, it may be a better situation because I understood, you know what I'm saying, what I did wrong. But that I wasn't alone in the situation. I was able to learn that by being with somebody else and realizing. But sometimes, like when you're by yourself, you're like, okay, like, and if you're aware that you have issues, you know what I'm saying, you're like, all right, so I need to know what I have to fix. You fix that, and then also you'll know exactly what you want in somebody. Like when you're alone, you're kind of like, you won't take no bullshit. Like with you, like I had conversations with you before. And it's like, she don't have time for no niggas at all. It's like, I don't have time for it. I don't have time for the games. Like, I just don't, because a lot of people play games. And that's how you get hurt.
Like, so, I mean, cause it's like, you know, being single as long as I have, like, you know, like I've seen friends and everything, you know, and I hear stories, and I'm just like, oh hell no. You know, even like personal, like, you know, stories, like even like with close family members and stuff, like, I don't know, like for instance, like my parents and shit, like I didn't already realize, I didn't see like the reality of their relationship, and I don't know if that pushed me to be single or like, you know, don't really care to be in a relationship, like, I don't know, but like when I see like stuff like that, I'm like, I'm cool. Like, I don't mind being single. Like,
but is it also a fear of being
I think so. I do think so, cause it's like, dang.
You look at it and you're like, man, I'm not trying to deal with that.
Cause I'm crazy, you know, in a way. So it's like, man, I'm like, cause if a nigga ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Like, I'm just so glad it haven't happened before. I mean, it did. And that was bad, but what
you try to avoid it as much as
you I'm trying to avoid it, and it's like, I know, like, that's an issue. I know that is, but it's like,
because you won't learn until you get with those people
but it's like I feel like I give people like a chance
before y'all get into a relationship. You do.
Yeah, I give them a chance. Like, I see what you about, you know, and if you ain't about nothing, why I gotta be about something with you? Like, I don't. That's how I feel. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with this information. Like,
loading.
I don't know. So, but like, it's like, I don't know. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, I do feel like seeing like not failed relationships, but just like you know, when I was younger, like I used to think that like relationships was just like all sweet, you know, like nothing bad happened, all kisses. Like, I mean, that's especially what my parents showed me, and then that's when technology came along, and I was like, I could get into things, I could see some things, and I was just like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, this ain't no fairy tale, like, lovey-dovey shit, like, y'all really out here be fucking around and shit, like, damn, like, and then I see a pattern, like, as I grow up, like, in my friends' relationships with, like, cheating, like, every time, cheating, like, even in, like, social media, like, scandal this, scandal that, like, and it's like, damn, like, is this what I gotta, like, pretty much, like, deal with if I'm in a relationship? Do I gotta deal with this type of shit? And I honestly don't. Like, I truthfully don't feel like dealing with that.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
So someone else who feels the same way. Cause like I look at, like not trying to knock no one, but I listen to all my friends' stories. I listen to everything, the good and the bad, and when there's a lot of bad, I'm just like, I was like, I can't do this, man. I'm like, this shit is too much.
Yeah, it's like,
I was like, this is
You
too
better off
much.
being alone. Cause
No.
and it's like I love love. Like I
Yeah.
love love. Like I've been in love. Like oh my goodness.
it's a good
Like
feeling.
it's
ain't
a
it?
good
Feeling
feeling.
love.
Like it's what I asked him the other day. I was like, speaking of insecurities, when I'm saying how they just randomly pop up in a relationship, especially when partner never showed signs of doing anything crazy. Motherfuckers, like people have so much faith in their particular deity, like they don't have that same particular faith in the partner. Like, what happened to knowing that when your partner goes out, that they're not out there living foul on you, and the same goes for you when you go out and shit like that. Like, where'd all of that
whatever's
go?
done.
Where's that level of trust? Where'd that shit just?
How I see it.
Does that shit just vanish? What's going on?
I mean, I don't know. That you gotta speak to every. It's an individual case, when it comes to that type of stuff.
Everything I've heard is just like this motherfucker doing that, they doing that, I'm doing this and this and this. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I don't even do that. See, whatever's done in the dark. Every time I found out something about, my boyfriend just doing something that they didn't want me to know that they was doing. Like this, it would just come so randomly. So my motto is like, whatever's done in the dark is gonna come to light. Like I don't gotta search for it. I don't gotta do all that. Like, like it's never been the case where I felt like I had to accept one time. But like that was
It's situational.
yeah,
right?
it's situational. But like that was after like. I was just like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck about this relationship no more. And I'm going to just see whatever the fuck. Let me see what I can find. Let me see what I really can find. And at that moment, I found what I did. But it was already the end of the relationship. Like, it was already at the end. And I hadn't did this before. So I was just like, I guess that it is what it is. But yeah, whatever's done in the dark is definitely going to come to light. Like,
Yeah.
it always do. It always do. Like it doesn't matter. You gonna find out one way or another. Something you might just stumble upon something. You might
Be looking for it.
you not even looking for it, but like you might be on a random girl's like page or a random guy's page, like just cause it just popped up. You don't know how.
Can you honestly admit sometimes you be looking for the bullshit?
No, I really don't, because it's like I don't know, like when I feel like it's good, like I'm not gonna go looking for stuff because I want to keep it like this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I want to keep it good. Like I'm not gonna be like, damn, it's going too good. Let me go on his Instagram and see who bitch he been talking to. Like it's not like that. Like I want to bask in this moment. Like like I just want to be loved up. And like when we have problems and issues, like I'm hoping that we have real issues about real topics and not no like bullshit that I felt the need to dig up on my own, knowing damn well you didn't give me no reason to do that. Like
But question on that. Because I do agree with you, but also like if you did the digging and you found something, I don't feel like you were wrong for doing the digging because you did the digging for a reason.
Yeah, you did.
Now, it wasn't necessarily an insecurity. You had a feeling that something probably wasn't right. You found out that he was doing some foul shit, so you weren't wrong for necessarily doing the digging because he was doing some fucked up shit. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like
And
it's cool
even
about
if you
being
didn't
happy.
have a reason and you looked it up anyways, if he's doing something, at the end of the day, he was doing something.
And he's
Yeah.
wrong for
He's
it.
wrong.
Yeah.
And that's literally being like, well, I don't want to, because I've heard people say like, well, I don't want to know what my significant other is doing at all. You know what I'm saying? If he's doing something I don't want to know about it, it'll come to light, which is fine, but sometimes it doesn't come to light.
Exactly.
And you'll never find
You'll
out
never
until
find
like, after y'all have broken up, but it's kind of like, damn, like usually like with me, I catch vibes. Like I usually kind of know for some reason, like because they start acting different. You know what I'm saying? Like acting a little weird, like shit just be off. But if it's like completely okay, then you don't give me a reason to do that. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like if I have, because usually I have an inkling. I'm like something's just not right. And usually I trust that. So then when I see something, I knew I was right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have that too. Like it's like my head might turn, like my eyebrow might raise, like when he says something. But like when it comes to that point, like at least in my experience, when I had to ask them, and for some reason, when I ask them, I don't be like bullying them or nothing. I don't be threatening them. They end up saying whatever the fuck was going on, whether it's big or small. But like it'll be like, so what's going on? Cause like like.
But most people lie. Like,
Most people do lie, but it's like I don't know, like maybe it's just the type of person I am. Like it's just like I'm not gonna push it, not because I'm like scared. It's like I'm not gonna push it, like because honestly, like if I ain't got no evidence.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm over here listening.
But like like if I ain't got no evidence, like I'm just not gonna. I don't know, like I just never was that type of girlfriend to like they phone can be right next to me. It can be blowing up, and I'm just like, oh, okay, shoot, cool, like all right. Like I just remember one time where like my boyfriend, he had left his phone over at my house, and his mom was like calling him and stuff and like trying to text him. So like I went in to like text her back and be like, hey, he left his phone over at my house, but he's on the bus home. When I exit out of that message, I seen somebody's name. I didn't even see the conversation. I just seen the name that he said he wasn't gonna talk to. Like I seen the name of the girl that he said he wasn't gonna talk to no more.
But then you want to
I wasn't necessarily searching for it. It was just like, oh, you said you won't. Damn, and this just happened. Like this is like top two, like like
most recent.
Like most recent, like you just sent her a text message or something, but you just said you want one or the other, and I was like, okay, I wonder what y'all talking about.
Yeah, but like
but
like
that's
you said, you weren't even like searching for it.
I wasn't even
searching
searching for it. It just happened. It's like, okay, if it's there in front of my face, it's not like I'm gonna just be like.
Turn away.
Yeah, like let me just close the door. Like no, it's like, oh, it's cracked. Damn, that's crazy. Like
I said, it's situational. Like if they you don't get no vibe at all, and nothing's going on, they ain't never did anything. There's no point to search. But like if you start like catching shit like you said, if you see shit on Instagram from comment under a girl picture, put a heart out and shit like that, that would lead you to think like, all right, he might be doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, yeah, it's always cool to ask.
In my opinion, something that simple.
But yeah, what?
See,
if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're dating somebody, if it's somebody like he done like this is like for instance with me, right? If I'm dating a guy, right, and then I see him go on another guy's page and he's commenting like, "Oh, you fine" or something.
Oh yeah, that's
dead. Because you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be doing shit like that.
Yeah, that's
like, you shouldn't be like you're flirting with somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, well, how do you feel if someone's just like literally leaving a comment on your shit like, "Oh, you look good," or "You're beautiful," "Oh, I love your outfit today," and you say thank you. You put a little you don't even say that. You just throw a little heart out there, throw a little emoji out there, just to show that you ain't a stuck up bitch. How would you feel if your boyfriend was to do that? Would you have an issue with that?
Well, not necessarily. I wouldn't have necessarily an issue. I wouldn't like appreciate the heart. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like you can like Instagram. They got the thing now where you can like the message, or you can just say thank you. Like when you send that heart, like way motherfuckers think, they kind of think like, oh, especially if we don't have pictures up of each other on social media. So people they automatically think, oh, he sent me a heart. You know what I'm saying? He might think I'm cute, you know what I'm saying? And you probably didn't mean nothing by it, but it's the other person, you know what I'm saying? They probably gonna try to slide in your DM. So to alleviate all that, to avoid all that, but you could say a simple thanks, you know what I'm saying? You didn't necessarily lead them on to make them think that, you know what I'm saying? Because I literally been through this, you know what I'm saying? And when I've been through this and I've witnessed like shit under comments and shit like that, and then I found out other shit was happening behind the scenes. Like it wasn't just that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you can be on somebody's shit comment saying, oh, you're cute or you're fine or whatever, and me and you date and I see that shit, the shit not found me.
Yeah,
so
that's different if your boyfriend's doing it. But
doing it right, but if somebody was doing it to
him, then would it be?
Oh, it's not. No, like I don't trip too much of that, and it depends on how he responds to it. Like I think it all matters on how you respond to that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's flirting with you, because I literally just fucking went through that like a few months ago. Like it's like all about how you respond to that comment. Because like you can always lead somebody on even if you didn't mean to, you know what I'm saying? And then like that puts you in the situation, or you can tell them, oh, we're just friends.
It starts up a whole lot of drama when you ain't even all you saying is thank you, and now it's the issue.
So I got a question, y'all. Do y'all think that that social media intensifies insecurities in relationships?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Depending on that person, like I've never been that girlfriend or that girl who's like, oh no, social media is ruining us. Like that's not me, but a lot of people out there be like, they feel like social media is like the foundation of their relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
And
feel like it also has to do with maturity too. Like,
Yeah.
if you mature, you're not gonna be on Instagram like when I was with my ex. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say his name, but when y'all know who I'm talking about. When I was with him, like I never had people flirt with me because one, he was all over my Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So I never had people come and flirt with me trying to like get with me or nothing like that. And it was vice versa for him. He never had nobody trying to flirt with him and get with him because when they seen him, they saw me. You know, they saw me, they saw him. So they didn't even try that. But like in reference to social media, when you don't have them pictures of your significant other that you're dating, people automatically make the assumption that you're single because they don't see that you dated somebody. So since they make that assumption, they try to flirt and do shit like that. But it depends on how your significant other responds to that certain situation. Like my ex, how he responded to it was great. Like he'll be like, hey, you know, such and such hit me up. They'll flirt with me today. I told them I'm in a relationship. Period. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, I didn't respond, but I wanted to show you. It gained trust. Cause I'm like, okay,
that's crazy. You want to know what's crazy? When my ex-boyfriend used to do that shit to me all the time. Show me, you know, when girls, you know, make comments or tell me when girls, you know, like say how nice he look. And I'd be like,
I don't care.
Look, I'd be like, no, I almost chewed his head off for that.
Really?
Like, yeah, I almost broke up with him because he kept
girls are
because he kept telling me like.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't have to tell me.
Yeah, like I don't like that.
I don't like that.
But
Don't keep telling me.
I can see if it was like that, but versus somebody like hitting you up, hitting your phone, trying to flirt with you and shit like that. For me, it's like, okay, I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody was.
See, that just happened to me yesterday. The guy I'm fucking with, a old ex of his, hit him up. He showed me, and I was like, okay, cute, you know, whatever. Right. Then she was like, you know, blowing his phone up, and he kept showing me every time. At this point, it's like, what we gonna do now is we're gonna block her. We're not gonna talk about it no more. It's annoying. You keep showing me. Why you so happy to show me? Like I get it. Another female wants you. Yeah, like what are we gonna do? So then I guess he could tell I was like getting a little irritated. He was like, I mean, just go ahead and block her. I'm like, that's what I was about to do. But that's what I'm doing now.
I also feel like you shouldn't have to necessarily do that. It should have been his initiative. Like, he's going.
But see, I'm not gonna. See, the thing is, he's the type of person. I probably made him this way, but he's a little insecure, and that's because I was a little insecure when I met him. And now knowing the kind of person he is, I'm not insecure when it comes to him. Like. I trust him 100%, but I feel like I've made him insecure. So whenever like a guy's in my DMs or talking to me or I'm saying something, he quick to block. But with me, I'm just like he block everybody. Half of my followers.
Both y'all do it for each other. So
no, I don't.
Okay. But
I don't. He does it for himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he block. Yeah, it makes him feel better. So so then he be like with other females. I'm like, okay. I don't care if they hit you up, but I never experienced him being like, so she texts me again, and it's just like, all right, dude, like,
right.
It's
but
time
I
for
can
her
see
to go
if it's multiple times, like with
no,
mine, he would
yeah.
just be like, hey, you know, somebody, like, I just want you to see because I had his password and shit like that.
I feel like you don't have to show me.
But then for me, he'll be like, hey, you know, if you see on my Instagram somebody hit me up and they don't flirt with me, I don't want you to think, you know what I'm saying, anything going on.
It just depends on, because you could see, you know, obviously you can see that yourself, you know, so it just depends on how you respond. Like, you're going to always see comments on, like you said, they're going to be comments, especially if you date somebody, you know, look like a snap, okay?
Right.
You know, you gonna see that stuff, but like, if he replied back on some foo-foo shit, then that's how you know, no, this something needs to be said, like, because boundaries have been crossed.
I used to say, like, thank you with hearts. Like, I would just throw a little heart out there just to be nice.
Right.
And that shit, he hated that.
Thank you was nice.
Yeah, but see, sometimes I don't like to say that. I don't like to say, you know my ass. I used to do that, but I see it like when he talked about it and he explained it to me. I'm like, okay, I can see that.
Right.
I can see that.
And it may be a mild insecurity, you know what I'm saying, in a way, but it's also like for him, it may be a respect thing too. Like, hey,
no, that's what he said. It's a respect thing, and I just be like, I see it.
And like
okay.
It's like you really can't get mad because it's like
he
don't like it.
Yeah, if he don't like it, I don't be mad. I don't
right.
be mad. I just be like, all right.
Because people that don't.
So how do y'all feel?
Hey, if you want to go there, go there.
How
No,
do
I'm
y'all
just
feel
saying.
like if y'all been fucking with someone but y'all aren't dating? Are the rules different?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
But-
that.
and then
The
in
title
reference
hasn't
to-
been established. What do you
Right.
mean? The
But-
official relationship.
I
I'm
have,
here
I
to
have
say-
a fucking
Say
stitch of
say
fucking
your
way.
Well,
say
go
your
ahead, do your thing,
situation, cause I'm ready to hear this, cause I'm
Okay.
in this. I feel like we might be in the same one.
Okay, so when you're fucking with somebody, right? Yeah, y'all may not necessarily have that title because y'all haven't established that, but like think about in reference to if one person's like if y'all acting as if y'all in a relationship, but mentally one person is taking it more serious than the other one, but the other one is making it seem like that's what he's going towards. So he's leading you on to make you think like, hey, I want to be with you, I want to be with you, but they still doing this shit on the back end, but you're not. At that point, it's wrong because like one, they're not telling you that they're doing what they want to do in the back end because they're making it seem like they're all about you, but y'all are not dating. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably wouldn't trip that much. You know what I'm saying? If I know what we are from the beginning, and then if I'm doing my shit too. Because if I start doing my shit, you can't get mad at me for doing it because you're doing your shit as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to have your cake and you want to eat it too. But it's like if I do, but that's when it becomes wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now, if y'all both have an understanding, like, okay, we're not dating, we're literally just fucking with each other. I like you, you like me, but I'm doing my shit, period, move on. But once that one person starts getting upset about you doing what you're doing, but they're also doing their shit in the back end, no.
Speaking of that, of like knowing what time
Which
it is,
one
how you
is
doing?
I thought you had something.
You say what you got.
Yeah,
Do y'all keep it a buck with your respective partners out the gate, or do y'all be playing games?
You know who you asking,
Yeah.
right? You know who you
I'm
asking,
the gay,
right?
like, I don't play no games. I let you know
So,
how to game,
this
but if I
is-
start liking them, I tell them I start liking them. And that's
But what do
all
you
I-
mean
What?
by what do you mean like explain your question?
Do you like whoever you fucking with? Like, do you tell them that you might be like,
Oh, fucking with somebody else. Is that what you're asking?
Is that what you asking?
First, that point one more time. Sorry.
What you just said out the gate.
Do we tell them if they the only one or
Or
not?
Is
what-
that your
or
question?
What you're doing, like if I'm
Yeah,
trying to get with you,
like,
or if I'm just.
yeah.
You know
Oh.
what I'm saying?
I feel like you don't know
don't know the
that.
answer
You
to
don't know
that,
the
really.
answer to that yet.
Nah,
It's like
I
if
don't
I'm
know
fucking with you, I'm fucking with, and I feel like we getting serious. Then me, I always you gonna know. I don't even have to say it. You gonna know that we serious. But yeah, I feel like that's not something you know right out the gate. Like, so look, I know we just met at the club last night, but I'm fucking with you, and we probably gonna be married this time next year. Like, no, you don't know that until you gotta get to know them. Like, you gotta figure them out. They gotta figure you out, and y'all gotta figure out what the fuck it is y'all trying to figure out.
So in that case,
You know what's crazy? That's exactly. Matter of fact, I think y'all know the stories already because I used to tell y'all. That's exactly pretty much how me and her started out. Like it was like I wasn't like straight up like you gonna be the one because it's like I didn't know her. You know what I'm saying? We started out doing our thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to get in a relationship at all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even see myself like getting in a relationship now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I agree with the fact that like you really don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happened later on down the line, you know, I started fucking with her and we actually had a talk because it was funny at one point. I guess she felt like she still wanted to be friends, like friends with benefits basically, and she thought I wanted a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So we had a huge talk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We both established like what it was. You know what I'm saying? I let her know I don't really want a relationship. I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking for a relationship right now at this moment. You know what I'm saying? And she basically told me the same thing. So at that, we basically just, you know what I'm saying? We both understood each other.
Okay.
already then.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boundaries do gotta be established, like, in relationships. Like, every relationship is, like, different. Like, I don't know, like, even if you, like, take some things that you've learned from, like, old relationships and stuff, like, even entering your new relationship, you might be setting new boundaries that you haven't set before, like, you know? So, that's really good, like, that y'all talked about it and shit. Y'all, like,
Speaking of learning from old ones and moving on to new ones, have you ever caught yourself dragging the fallout of the old relationship into the new one?
I only had 2 relationships, and there was just 2 like separate situations. Like, no, I don't know where I learned it from. I don't know how I developed it. I was like, the next person is definitely going to be different. So it's like, I'm not going to, like, whatever I didn't like from this relationship, like, I'm not going to, like, let that take over, like, my emotions. And,
For the
like,
next
yeah,
one.
for the next one. Like, I'm not going to fuck it up for the next guy, like, because he
Yeah.
didn't do anything.
But I understand, like, you could subconsciously bring your insecurities into it, but I'm not gonna bring in the situation to a whole new situation, because that has nothing to do with us. But if I trip sometimes, if I get upset sometimes, if I want to go through your phone sometimes, if I feel a certain type of way, then that's because of that. But I'm not gonna be like, so my ex was doing this, I feel like you're doing it too, and we're gonna have to cut that shit out. Like, it's that you can't do that. That doesn't even make sense.
No signs.
Yeah, you ain't seen no
exactly.
signs. Like, that don't make no sense.
Yet we have motherfuckers who do the bullshit anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some
And then
people
why
just
do you
control
put
it
up
better.
with this shit? I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
what
That's
are you
true.
doing?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta control it a little bit, cause certain things it's like I gotta remember, like, I can't control another person. Like, I gotta keep, like, reminding myself that, like, I cannot control another person.
Exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that makes you feel a lot better when you finally realize that.
yeah, like, it's like, whew. Cause,
It's
like,
like, oh God,
Yeah.
feel good today.
Today's a good day.
day.
Right.
This is the best Monday I ever had in my life.
Righty. Is there anything else? Anything else anyone want to talk about?
I have a question.
Any other topics?
I have a question. Did
Questions?
y'all hear about what Ayesha Curry said?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
There we go. Okay,
I
nice. I like
What's your
that.
thoughts on that,
Yeah. So
man?
speaking of that, so how you feel about that?
Like,
Deadass.
about which part? About, like, the
Every
part?
the whole thing. The whole thing is
the
bullshit.
basis of what
It's bullshit.
she said. What?
The what?
Bullshit.
Okay, we go
What? How you
Hold on.
Bullshit.
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 Judge Joe Brown.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Wait, what about it? So what's bullshit about it? No, go ahead. You came in strong. We got
Y'all
here.
tell me why I'm mad. All right, go ahead.
No, you're mad. Tell us why you're mad. Tell us why you're mad.
Yo, how do you have literally everything in the fucking world, and then you get mad because other dudes don't look at you? What the fuck?
Yeah, I was kind of blown away by that.
Like,
too.
Okay, so
Just-
I'm saying, look, hold on, read this. I saw this is what this thing said, and I understood it from a point, but I don't agree with necessarily what she's saying. But this said, what's her name? Aisha.
Aisha.
Yeah. It say Aisha wants reassurance from an all caps
I seen
her
that.
husband.
I seen
She was
that.
saying, I don't get the attention from men that you're getting from women, so your pride and esteem is set. Meanwhile, I'm over here battling insecurities and my self-esteem is at a low, since I need the reassurance. Basically, she's saying, like, she needs the reassurance. But, like, you don't need that from other people. But
I don't think that's what she was saying.
I don't think that's what she meant either. But
I
I
don't
read
think
it, I
that's
was
what
like,
she
okay.
I get that person
That-
and
right.
how they if that's what she was saying, that would make sense. But that's not what she was saying.
Right.
All she was saying was, look, I know I'm a bad bitch, and I know my husband know I'm a bad bitch, but what about y'all? Like, it would make me, women love feeling good about themselves, knowing that someone else make them look good.
Okay.
Like,
y'all know what, like, y'all with the when the old heads, you know, or like guys right
Just your
before they
friends,
get
male
married
friends,
or something, they might step out just to see if they still got it. Like, same goes for women too. Like, they
Same
wanna,
goes for women.
even though they got a man, they still wanna, you know, see if they still got it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, you know, and it could be an insecurity thing. It could be if you want to play it like that, but like. You know, everybody wants some reassurance. Like, you know, everybody, even if you're the most confident person in the world, like, you not gonna want to
Reassurance
walk
is
this
very
earth with nobody complimenting you.
when
Even
nobody,
if you know that you,
she said in 10 years she's been feeling like this. In 10 years, Steph is the only man that's been like, damn, girl, you look good. As a woman, I see how that can make her feel a little insecure, because it's like, damn, like, what's up? Like, exactly. Like, do I not look good to anybody else?
You know how, like, some people may think they're ugly, but they may not be ugly to the
To
person
that
that
person that they're with, exactly. She just wants to know that, like, she knows she's beautiful. Aisha knows she's beautiful. She just wants to hear it from men, because a man is gonna tell you whether you look good or not. And if you're hearing it,
I don't know, like, how she wants to hear it, because like we was saying in the at our spot, we was saying how like y'all guys like be using her like as an example of like how you'd want your ideal wife to be.
A lot of men say that. A lot of men be like, damn, I want an Aisha.
Yeah,
Or they
like,
like
you
Aisha.
know,
But it's like I get it. I get that I'm a good wifey, but like, am I a bad bitch?
Like you, I guess that's just what it is. Like,
that's what it is. She just wants to know if she is attractive to more than just
I agree
that.
to a point, but also it is kind of an insecurity in a way too.
No, that's what I'm saying. No,
also,
it
like,
is. That's what we're saying. Like, you could say it's her own insecurity, but
right. But it's not nothing that's
it's
going
not
to
nothing that's
anything
yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
Like,
All
it's just
she
like,
yeah.
I mean, you
Because
know,
all these men, all these memes, women too be posting. Oh, Kim Kardashian is beautiful. Oh, Cardi B is bad bitch. Oh, or a fucking I don't know any woman. A lot of celebrities.
Gabrielle Union, she's a wife. You know, people
she's
still
a wife.
like
People
drooling over her.
Yeah,
so
and it's just like
she already kind of feel like her self-esteem is set. Like she doesn't have that low self-esteem because she like, fuck, like people be fainting over me. So Ayesha, she makes it like. Even though she ain't no like big name, you know what I'm saying? She's
but it's like,
Curry, but it's not like she's like a movie star or whatever. But people, like you said, the memes when people say, "I want me a Aisha."
Yeah, like
they be like, yeah.
That was a thing for like 3 months.
Yeah,
like, of her
people,
just like you know,
people was in love with her
wifey,
just being
like,
a wifey.
You know, so I don't know what it. That's why.
But I seen this one comment that was like, "This is what happens when a girl doesn't go through her whole phase."
I saw that too. Yeah.
I mean. Not even necessarily a whole phase, but just like being out there, being seen,
like
just learning herself, just being herself. She's been with Steph, and it's just like this is all she knows is Steph, being a mom, being a wife, doing this, doing that. She has to basketball, like that's it. That's all she knows. So it's just like she never really been out there to like. Cause I mean, not saying you have to, but it ain't like I should be out here wearing skin tight dresses, like ass popping. Like she looks very.
And I would, you know what? And I'm not saying that, like, well, I'm not saying that. I don't know how to say this, but like her insecurities is like understandable because she is married to a basketball player who,
women throwing at him
like,
all
yes,
the time.
like you know, and he's not only a basketball player, like he's like one of like the best. So it's like you
and
are.
a lot
he's
of
very attractive.
I must say
it's
very attractive. A lot of women talk
attractive.
about how attractive he is, but it's just like if you're gonna talk about him, can y'all at least talk about me too? Cause I'm here too. So I see what she's saying. I'm not.
I see it.
Oh yeah,
I don't really bad. Like
yeah, people making it seem bad. And it's like it's not bad.
It's like, but
it's
you
not
gotta
bad.
understand, like you know, he ain't no regular schmegular, so you ain't no regular schmegular women coming after him either. Like they not. You about to get the one that got that work done. That got them. You know, like
right,
just like everything's sitting right, looking right.
She had 3 kids, so she gotta like in her mind. This is
like
competition.
Yeah, in her mind, it's competition.
It's competition. She gotta compete
because you hear
with.
about so many basketball players that cheat.
Yes.
On their wives.
Yes, like that's the thing with them.
They get women thrown at them.
That could be it.
No, we don't know.
We don't
know, but I don't think that's
like I think
that
that's
could be a
something
thought?
that.
It's a
Yeah,
thought
I think that is definitely a thought.
I feel like I've had 3 kids. My body's been through a lot. My body been
like
through
as a woman,
yes, the girl that's throwing her stuff, and she's probably saying like, I've been with this man for so long. If you do decide to step out, I just want to know that y'all gonna be here to catch me if I fucking fall. Like,
I mean, but I don't think she need work because I feel like if they was to get a divorce, like. Somebody would be at that door.
Oh, hell yeah.
Somebody would be at that window.
Everybody would be at that window.
Somebody would be there like,
box house out the window. Ayesha!
Yeah.
Ayesha!
I can shoot threes too.
Right, for real. Like, what you mean?
I feel like, the basketball players that are like, that got like a lot of respect, like,
they respect her too.
Yeah, they respect her too. And I feel like she's looking at that as like they ain't looking at her, and in a way they're not looking at you because they respect you. Like they respect
and I feel
you
like
as
that
a
ties
wife.
into the social media topic. Because if it weren't for social media and women being broadcasted as much as they do, and her seeing that and not seeing herself being broadcasted, she probably wouldn't feel that way because she ain't gonna be around nobody to even know who getting looked at, who not getting looked at. So
you want to think about it, like shit back in the
I mean, but shit, she would still be seeing them girls at courtside. She be at every game, and so do them girls.
That's true.
Like thinking back to the days of MySpace and shit.
MySpace.
Taking it
and
back.
Taking it back.
knowing who was in a relationship, who wasn't, things like that. They were pretty aware of, who was. In my bubble, comparing like how many people I know now compared to then, it's insane. Like it's like what the fuck. There's so many of y'all, and because of social media, like this shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know. I just think, as far as like, I don't know, insecurities, like everybody has them. Like I feel like everybody has them. Everybody's different. Some people, their insecurities are fucking out of the fucking water, and this shit is crazy. Like, all right, that's fucking irrational.
Yeah.
But you have some insecurities that are like normal that everybody have. You may share the same insecurity with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But like when you like go into a relationship with that insecurity, it's like that's fine. But like in reference to an insecurity that you gained from your previous relationship, when you date somebody new, you can't necessarily put that on that person.
No.
Because
But that's
when you
easier
do
said
that,
But
than done.
the first step
It
is
is.
to just like at least admitting that this is an
like,
insecurity
you have
that
to
you
know
have.
that, right?
Yeah.
You know, because that was like, when I was
I'm glad you said that.
yeah, like when I had after my first relationship, I realized that my temper might have been a little too like out there and stuff. So like in my next relationship, I had to like explain to him like I understand like I have like this thing going on with me, and I'm trying to like deal with it in my own way. Like, cause it'd be sometimes I just lash out on him, and it was like I don't need to do that. Like I need to just like know that this is a problem that I have in myself, and that I'm really working on it. Like, and I'm hoping that, and I'm not asking for you to help me fix my problem, but at least be next to me while I'm figuring this shit out too. Like, but that's one thing you at least gotta admit that you at least have that insecurity instead of trying to like act like you perfect and stuff. Like I feel like that's what makes it worse, because you have like this false narrative of yourself, and ignoring like what's like a deep issue with you, and like you keep going with that like that's not gonna be good in the long run.
It's definitely a problem.
What were you gonna say, Jordan? I thought you had a.
Yeah, because you was like, I'm glad you said that.
Oh no, it was when she said, when she got into the second relationship I was talking about, and when you said when you got insecurity from a previous relationship, you said going into a new one is fine. I was looking at you a little crazy, but I'm fine with that as long as that as soon as you go into the new one, you let the partner know what time it is. Like
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can go into the relationship with that insecurity, but
let
it's
them
based
know,
on
like,
how you
I'm dealing
react
with this,
with that person that
yo.
you're dating. Like you can't just
shit
throw
might
that
get a
on
little
them
rocky,
until,
but
unless they do something to trigger
is
that.
what it
You
is.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean, hey.
Yeah, because like you said, I'm not with the whole trying to act like everything is good. Shit is really not good.
Yeah.
You ain't finna fake it. We ain't got
Yeah.
time for that.
Exactly.
That's
Like, come on, cut that bullshit
after a
out. There's no
while,
need for none of that.
that realness come out, and then of course, if your partner don't know about that, like it's something new to them.
Right.
But the whole time you've been trying to hide it, like you've been trying
But
to act
it
like
also
it wasn't
depends on your
there.
partner too, because if you tell them these things about you, like, look, this is what's wrong with me, and they're like, oh no, you're perfect. And then, like, they'd be like, you're perfect. And then all of a sudden, they'd be like, oh, no, you. It's like, but I told you, though. So it depends on the other person if they're willing to accept it when you start it, too. Because, I mean, yeah, it's up to you to fix it. But if they're not there to, like, help you, or like, they're trying to tell you that it's not a thing. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, now this is the main issue.
It's a problem.
Now it's a problem.
You tell your partner, yo, there's actually an issue, and they're in denial about it.
Yeah,
and
like
then
with me,
let
when
it
I
blow up
first
later
meet
about it.
people, I don't know what's wrong with guys. They think I'm just like, I don't know. They think I'm just like perfect. And I'd be like, look, I have this thing with my attitude. I have this thing with my mouth. I have this thing with being controlling. And he was like, oh no, like that was probably just that nigga tripping. And then it's like, oh, okay, all right. And then it's a couple months in, and they're just like, oh, you're fucking insane. Like, why are you like this? And it's like, but I told you.
Okay, question. So, do you realize it's a problem that you should fix, or it's something that you don't want to fix?
No, it's a problem that I know I
You
should fix.
Right.
But if you don't, I don't know, if it's not an issue, then I ain't gonna try to fix it. And then don't try to say it's an issue now when I've already let you know that this is an issue.
That doesn't make it not an issue.
Yeah, it doesn't make
still
it an issue.
Doesn't make it not an
Like,
issue.
just
Just
because
because
But then
gate.
once I get into the rhythm of being me, and
Right.
now a couple months in it's an issue, it's gonna be hard for me to get out of that.
Right, so that's why they take us back
But
to the being
that's
alone
why-
part, right?
Yeah,
Don't
but
you think if you were alone, you would be able to actually like work on that and realize like, okay, in my everyday life with people I'm dating, like I can't be just jump off the handle and go crazy, or I can't just because I've witnessed you.
I can't.
Being like that before, because I was
Can't
with
do
you
that.
out when you was with old boy, and I was like, bro, you gotta chill out, and you ain't want to hear it, and I wasn't taking his side, or I wasn't taking your side. I'm just like, it's no point to be lashing out and going crazy like that. Like you gotta calm that shit down, because if you think about it,
But I
the relationship will never succeed.
But-
It just stays that way.
when doing so, you can't change because you like when changing an issue or trying to like do that with yourself. Like you gotta make sure you doing that for yourself.
Right. You
Because
can't do it
if
for the
you
person.
do it for the
It's
person,
gonna be temporary.
and you know, it's gonna be
I
temporary
love-
because that person might be
It
temporary.
does be
But
temporary.
you have to honestly.
And you
do
want to
it
have that
you,
for
like,
yourself, and if you don't want to have that for yourself, that's fine.
That's completely fine.
That's completely fine.
But
you
have to find
know,
somebody that
That's
wanna deal
willing
with
Yeah.
to like deal with that.
Uh huh.
Yeah, and it's like I know I should definitely work harder on it, but if ain't nobody there pushing me to work on it, then I'm not gonna work on it.
I mean, that's true. Like, that's true. If, you know what I'm saying? Like, if, I mean, I don't know. Like, because, like, I know somebody that, like, he's one of my friends. He was like, look, I am how I am. He said, I'm not changing, but he said, I'll compromise. Like, he said, I'll do certain things to, you know, compromise to
Yeah.
fix certain things. But he said, I am who I am. Like, I'm stuck in my ways. He said, because I know if I change, I'm not going to do it for me. I'm going to do it for you. So he said,
And that's true.
he said, I'll compromise. But he
That's
said,
true.
other than that, he said, I'm not actually going to completely change who I am, because I wouldn't ask you, you know, to change who you are. I would just want you to compromise.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I mean, that makes sense. And most people, like,
I
by
feel
our
like-
age, we kind of, we are who we are.
Yeah,
You
I
know
feel
what
like
I'm
that's how I am. I just don't want to admit it.
saying? Right.
That it's like, you know, I really don't want to change. I love who I am,
Right.
but it's just like
You need somebody that can,
I need somebody that can handle it. That's cool with it.
right.
And if you ain't cool with it, just like give me my space for a little bit. Don't try to be all in my face.
Mhm.
Just let me calm down. Cause when I calm down, I'm calm.
But most people don't know how to deal with that, though.
I
It's
know.
very hard to find somebody that's kind of like, man, you tripping. I'll come back to you later. Like, we'll deal with this one.
See, and I be doing that
That shit
with
hard.
guys, and they be like feeling some type of way when I
But you
give
know,
them their
it's weird,
space.
y'all complete opposites, though.
We all no,
Like-
we talk about this.
Like, y'all are
we
complete
are, no,
opposites.
we are two completely
Like-
different females.
Yeah, like, it's like literally reverse. Like, you remind me of, like, the nigga.
Oh goddamn!
Like,
I mean-
like, with the guy, no, with the guy that you date, you remind me of the male in the relationship. I don't know why. Your vibe, like, you just remind me of a
The
guy.
nigga.
Like, cause I don't know, like I just be like, cause I'm like, damn, he want me to care, like he want me to care, like it's like he really want this emotion out of me, but I can't give it to him right now, and I don't know
What?
why, like. It'll be emotions like I just cannot give you. Like I understand that you like want that right now, but it's like I ain't feeling it. Like I'm just not. Like
Do
I
you-
don't
Do you let
know.
him know? Or do you be bullshitting? Keep it up.
Bullshit how? Like, I mean, it's like, I can't hide it. I'm not no fake person. Like, you know, they gonna see. Like, one guy, he actually told me, he was like,
Like, it's like they making it obvious they really trying to fuck with you. Or they really want whatever they want.
like, they'll tell me, like, a problem they have or something. Like, a problem that I'll feel like is a problem. Like, I don't feel like it's a problem.
Right.
Like, and it's like, I care enough that I'm listening to you. But it's like, can you like chill out? Like I'm always like I feel like I'm always like he said, like the nigga in the relationship. Like I'm always like, can you like calm down or something? Like, can we like I don't know. Like, can we just like not be so like I don't know. Like
sensitive. Like,
yes,
you
like
feel
I don't
he
want to
being
say sensitive, but it's like
I
can
mean,
we
if
not?
that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, I've been with somebody that's hella sensitive, and that shit is fucking annoying. Like very, very much so sensitive. And it's like, but it's like you can be sensitive within reason, but if you've done some shit, you know what I'm saying, and then like I react to the things that you've done, and like I may not be exactly the same as I was because based off your actions, but then you start becoming sensitive over certain shit. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be sensitive because you did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Them fries are cold.
First of all, why are you talking about business like that?
Because I thought these things were gone. Okay.
Are we still recording?
Yes, we are.
But that's besides the point.
Yes, we are.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I just think.
You know, yeah.
I don't know.
This some real shit.
I feel like with like the guys that I talk to, I get, I don't want to say lucky, but like the ones that take me serious, I get lucky with them. And I feel like with me, I don't be there 100% with them, and then I just let it go on to the point where it's just like, I should have been stopped this before it got to this point.
Right.
And then once my ways come out, then it just makes shit worse for them.
They see it like they see. But you know what's crazy? Like, you have a whole like different dynamic of people here, Jordan. Like,
Oh yeah, I know
she's
for a
completely
fact.
different from me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah, I know.
everybody
We're
is not the
100%
same.
all different from each other.
Especially Patrick. Patrick is completely different from everybody.
That's the whole purpose
And I
of this
fuck
thing.
with it.
That's
Because she's literally being
the
honest,
purpose
like,
of this thing. Like,
yeah, like,
I
she's
want
literally-
this right here.
Like, she's being honest. Like, look, this is how I am. Like, this is it. Like, this is me. If you don't like that shit, oh well.
It's like just like the, yeah. It's like she's like, you know, the typical like female as far as like relationship goes, but she's like honest about it, cause like a lot of women that are like this, they don't like to admit that that's how they are.
Why
like
not?
That's true.
because like
You know what I mean? Keep it a buck. Like, why not? Why not out the gate? Just let them know what time it is, in all aspects. Like, if this is how you are as a person, shit like that. Like, what's the need to play all the bullshit games? For what?
because like, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. I do not know. You know, cause like you said, you know, we opposites, so you know. I don't know.
I hear a lot of motherfuckers that talk about oh yeah, I like it when whoever I'm talking to, like, they immediately let me know like what the situation is. Someone let them know what time the situation is. Offended, pissed, annoyed. Why?
Because sometimes, like, you know, like sometimes it's a game with people.
Yeah,
Sometimes
sometimes
it's a game
they
with
like
people.
that.
And sometimes they just want to be the last, you know, the one that had the last say. Like
Yeah.
the one that put the foot down and not the one that got put the foot on. You know what I'm saying?
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
You just gotta have the last laugh.
Yeah,
You
you
just
know,
gotta
like
be
it's
you.
like you want to be the one to be the caller, like, you know, the shot caller. You don't want nobody calling no shots on you. Like it's like, dang, I was gonna end it with you, like, or I was just gonna tell you that this is just sex. Like, you don't tell me that shit. Like, you know,
I'm supposed to think this is real.
yeah,
I'm supposed to let you down.
love, and I'm supposed to break it down and be like, no sir.
Damn, you got me
Like,
first.
Uh-huh.
yeah, like it's like, oh,
Wow.
damn, we was on the same page. Like, oh.
Insane.
That is wild though.
Bro,
That's
you
ridiculous.
stupid.
Damn, you got to it first. That's
Shit,
what it
like
boils
it's
down
like,
to.
and now you gotta act like you won't even think about it. You like,
Yeah, that's the real shit. You gotta act like you don't care.
but you like, oh, I mean, it's whatever. Like, yeah, you know.
Ridiculous.
This one on my head. I ain't thinking too much. Like, fuck, man.
Exactly.
I was supposed to do this shit.
I'm supposed to do this.
You be arguing with yourself. Why am I so hurt?
Yeah, like, why am I so hurt?
God damn it.
I didn't
Like,
care about that. Like, what?
why I care so much now?
Wow, that's insane.
That's so true.
I'm sorry,
That shit
I-
is
I'm
real,
sorry I
though.
gotta deal with that. That's ridiculous.
It be like that though. I mean,
I also think it just varies person to person. Like, some people actually like fuck with it when people actually like open and honest with them. You know what I'm saying? Some people can handle the truth. Everybody say they can, but not everybody can. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like some people can actually like handle that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like more of a that's more of like a personal thing. You know?
Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you. So I gotta. Oh man, this is a little update on my life. So, you know, African King.
T'Challa?
T'Challa!
King? What?
What happened?
Big boy.
Yes.
Big, not big boy. Big boy. Not big boy.
So, I want to say like the beginning of April. got married, y'all.
Oh,
he got
wow.
married.
The build up, Jesus.
He got married.
Oh,
Alright.
no.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My heart
Are you
is broken
serious?
now.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
So, I remember we talking about it. So it
It really went down. It really did. It really went down. It really like he got like they wedding pictures.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I was on my page. Like I'm like, oh Jesus.
He showed you?
I still follow him on Instagram and
Yikes.
it was
Yikes.
posted. I said congratulations on your big day, and he just sent me an emoji back, and that was the end of that.
All right then.
What the fuck? I'm lost now. Like, I know what happened, but I'm lost at the same time.
Yeah, but he was telling the truth. He was telling the truth, and I don't know if I really wanted to believe that truth, but the truth is here. The truth is here.
He
You got the truth.
He was being for real
hard to
honest.
deal with.
It was so like, but he kind of was honest like at the last minute, like
Yeah, at the
damn, 3
fucking
months,
last minute.
3 months
At the
before you
last
get
minute.
married, you gonna tell me that the reason why is because you supposed to get married, and I'm thinking, okay, well he got like another 6 months. He just want to do his thing, you know, until he get married. No, like
wasn't the
first
case.
week in April, like literally 3 months.
There it is.
Like that
3
was
months
that.
after telling her not.
Damn.
But yeah, this is why I'm single, cause fuck shit like this. No.
It just makes you scared to like deal with stuff because like you know you were really feeling him.
Hell yeah!
Don't
Oh my
Don't
god.
jump to child a baby girl. Period. Period.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther for
For
real.
real.
Okay.
And I know this was hard to deal with, but you got through it though. You probably didn't even think. You know what I'm saying? Like the crying and shit. You probably didn't even think that you were gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like get past that shit.
Oh, I mean, I knew I had to.
You had no
Like,
choice.
I had no choice. Like, when the last talk we did, like, I felt like Will Smith in that movie where he had to kill his dog because he was turned into one
Y'all
of
seen
them.
that movie?
I Am Legend,
I Am
yes.
Legend.
Yeah,
And
we
he
had to kill the dog.
and he just crying and shit, but just choking him. Like, that's how I felt like I was doing, like, with him, because it's like I knew this was gonna be like the last time. Like, I'm like, I can't fuck with you no more. Like, I gotta let you go, cause you turning into a zombie. Like, you turning into something that I can't have right now. Like, But yeah, so I had already came to terms with our last talk in January. I just didn't know that it was gonna come this quick in April. Like I I wasn't prepared for that time span, but whoo, yeah, you know, my life is just a comedy show.
Not a comedy
Not
show.
a comedy show. That was a hell of a curveball you just threw though. I wasn't expecting that.
Ain't it always
And
a
I caught
curveball?
that on video too. I have to send it to you. Cause like I'm sending you too. It was perfect. Cause like you were like everybody was so excited. We were like, what's going on? He was like,
Yeah.
he's married, and everybody's reaction was like,
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm
literally
saying.
went down. And everybody was like, what? Patrick busts out laughing.
I was laughing at y'all ass. Y'all was really expecting some good ass
Hell yeah.
She already knew.
All three of us, all chest rising just.
Like, oh my God, it's finally happening.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm sitting
No.
there like, what they talking? I'm like,
No.
I'm
Hold that
talking again,
old
like, what's
geezer to
going
the side.
on?
Listen.
Put that old geek to the side.
No, put
That
it in the forefront.
Damn, I'm just right.
Yeah, just murd.
Murd.
Word.
Yeah.
It's the energy you possess when you were saying it. Your energy was very positive and happy, which I'm
Yeah,
glad it's
yo.
a positive point. But your energy was a little bit too positive for the information you dropped.
Yeah, yo, like why you do that? Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
I already came to terms with. I got like it's been a month now, so I was just like, yeah.
When you saw it, did you cry?
My eyes watered. It did.
Damn.
It watered. I was
It's
like,
marriage, yo. Like
yeah,
marriage.
like locked down, like in a matrimony, you know.
Holy matrimony. Not just
It
matrimony.
doesn't, but like it's still a little bit different.
It sounds
though,
fucked
like,
up.
It really don't mean
Marriage
much.
really
but,
don't mean shit these days. It
but
sounds
it's-
fucked up, but
but think about it from her point. Like she wouldn't mess with a married guy.
True.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
couldn't, like,
It's like,
Hell no.
So at that point, it's like it's
Hell
completely
no.
done with me.
it's
Like,
done. Like, that's
done.
that. Like,
whatever
it
you
ain't
do,
no.
you cheat on her, but you ain't doing that shit with me. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
this shit is done. Like that's it. It's like the staple. Like
Yeah, that's no more. Go
That'd be good to
ahead.
know, because motherfuckers who knowingly fuck with people who are married and are taken, you asking for all the bullshit.
Yeah, like,
No,
I
you
don't know. It's like when it's like, I mean, it doesn't matter how he treats his marriage. Like, at the end of the day, like, you took that, like, with somebody else, not with me. But, like, you know, you went before. He's Muslim, so what's
Whatever
the-
deity he believes in.
Yeah, whatever
whatever he
higher
believes in.
power that he believes in, like, you went before them, you know, to, you know, make this union with you and this woman. So, you know, you treat it as such. Like me, I don't mess with that stuff. Like, because you went before, you know, a higher power to do
Gotcha.
this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it was like a whole ceremony and everything. So it's like, I'm not dealing with no married man. Like, now.
it's just crazy.
Nah,
Like,
relationship.
It's like,
I'm about to say, how
Regular relationship.
regular relationship.
I'm not saying I'm out here just stomping through relationships and shit, but like, I don't know, like that's a little bit different, just a tad bit. But definitely married men. No, that's just no. I just knew that was just not going.
happen for you. In the back of your mind, it was kind of like, hey, man, that shit ain't happen, man. Fuck out of here. You ain't married my girl. And then you go look 3 months later. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa, it actually happened.
You were so serious. You were not playing.
You was for real, like it's
And
like
you was
everything that he was telling me, like the whole time. He was like being like he told me the truth every single time, and I'm like, nah, this can't be. And then like lo and behold, it was like his ass was like homeless, and I'm like, he ain't homeless. Lo and behold, he was
Homeless.
like.
She didn't want to believe that.
I didn't
She
know
did
what
not
I'm
wanna
like,
believe
he's
he
not
was homeless.
homeless. He really
He
was.
was homeless.
He was like had his whole life in his car.
Money out on everything.
Who's homie? Oh,
Yeah.
tell nobody know who
Nobody
homie
know
is.
who homie is. Don't nobody know who
Don't
homie
nobody.
is.
They don't
At
even
all.
know who I am.
And you never know.
And if they know her, they definitely not gonna know who homie is.
That's true.
I
That
mean,
is true.
only we, cause we're us,
Yeah.
know who homie is.
Okay.
Not everybody know
Not
about
everybody
homie.
know
We
about
got
homie.
it.
Not everybody
That's
know
why.
about
Yeah.
homie. Yeah.
And homie don't even know who homie is.
Right.
I don't even know who homie
Well, I mean, if
is.
he heard it, he gonna know. But you know.
But like, he ain't.
Yeah, but more. Yeah.
But if Ajay, if he still follow you and you post about it, he might be like, oh, I want to hear her voice.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Take a little
gosh.
listen.
I bet I sound
A little listen.
crummy as hell. I gotta hear myself.
Well,
I sound
Well,
so
hopefully I
crummy.
get the chance to edit. I'm off for the next 3 days, so.
Word!
yeah.
You took off or they gave you though?
Period.
Well, it was the way I
Period.
took off that he gave me the days off.
Mm.
So, with how long this one is, I'm pretty sure I'm going to just have this be a separate episode. And then the one that I have with my boy Q, have that one be a separate episode.
Oh, you was talking
Yeah,
about the
this one's
same
long.
thing?
It's the same topic, but in that case, it'd just be me and him,
Change.
and then
part one and
just
part
showing
two.
the
Good
age.
change.
Anyway,
Exactly.
hold on.
Okay,
Part 1 and part 2, okay.
Basically,
Okay, I'm,
yeah,
I'm,
the
I'm
part
with
one and part
that.
two.
Oh my gosh, I might have to do this.
I'm not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
really did like
8:30.
this. I'm not even lying.
What'd you
I
say?
do.
Yeah.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
gosh,
stop
I
at
really
this
want to
one.
know what you talk about next time.
Yeah, for real. I want
Yeah.
to know.
Wait, how do you stop it?
We-
Oh, wait, the stop button.
Yeah,
Wait,
hit the
are
stop
you-
button.
Wow.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do like an outro, like what that
Oh,
was
do an
it?
outro. Do an outro.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
What
Do
if
an
stop it?
outro.
Yeah, it's still going. Do an outro.
Wait, do an outro.